Hello everyone, this is Pastor Tim. I'm excited to let you know of a brand new study we're planning entitled Getting the Gospel Right 2.0, Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. I hope you join us as we continue in this study on Reformed doctrine and Calvinism. It's going to be an exciting study and we hope you can join us. Following is some more information.
Thank you for joining us once again for our studies in Calvinism and Reformed theology. In our last series, Calvinism, Getting the Gospel Right, Exposing Calvinism and Exalting Christ, we looked at the major key teachings and doctrines of Calvinism. We learned of the origin of that form of theology, and we broke down various proof texts to dismantle that systematic. That series can be found on His Grace for All YouTube channel. In this new series, Calvinism, Getting the Gospel Right 2.0, we are calling it Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. In this series, we will address not just the theology of those who hold to the teachings of Calvinism, but we will look at the behavior and practice of the majority of those who claim to be Reformed. This, of course, will not define everyone and does not apply to all of those in this line of belief, but it will represent the majority and the reputation of those in this theological camp. Some matters will simply explain their belief and practice on a given area, but in others, we will compare their beliefs and practices to what the Bible teaches. Some of the topics to be covered in this series will be the implications and applications of the so-called doctrines of grace, total depravity, free will, limited atonement, baptism and the Lord's Supper, original sin, spiritual condition of infants, the atonement, altar calls, worship styles, pastors, plurality of elders, alcohol, roots of Reformed theology, replacement theology, deacons, the Sabbath, covenant theology, stealth Calvinism and church takeovers, various confessions, the impact upon the Southern Baptist Convention, influence of today's seminaries, and more. As stated in our last series, we believe that those who hold to this form of doctrine are saved and that they love the Lord and His Word. We believe they are sincere, but we believe they are sincerely wrong. We love our Reformed brethren and pray for God's continued blessings and ultimate enlightenment. This is not a bashing of Calvinists. It is a counter to Calvinism. This particular series will focus more on behavior and practice. We will also address theological error as it seems appropriate within the series. The last series approached Calvinism's root theology from a teaching format we called Affirmation and Denial. This series will include teaching sessions, podcasts, video clips, and more as we continue to move forward in our analysis of Calvinism and Reformed theology. In our next series, Calvinism, Getting the Gospel Right 3.0, we will entitle it To Believe or Not to Believe, where we will pull together highlights and insights gained from the first two series and dive into some ultimate conclusions, asking some hard questions to those who adhere to this form of theology. We will ask each of you who have studied along with us through each of these three series whether it makes sense or not to continue to support and give your attention to Protestant Reformed theology and in particular Calvinism. We know that many lives have been negatively impacted and many people's understanding of God and His Word have been wrongly influenced. As Bible believers, we are called to uphold and to defend the truth. There is nothing more central than the gospel, and we must get it right. Please reach out with any questions, comments, and testimonies you may have as it relates to the series. Also, we would be happy to answer any other Bible questions you may have. We would love to hear from you. Also, please be sure to go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the like button and notification bell so that you will be notified when new teaching sessions drop and so that others will be able to hear of the transforming power of the gospel. Finally, once again, we ask those who might be teaching this form of theology and who are struggling with it in their hearts to reach out to us. We would love to talk with you, pray with you, and join together as you navigate out of this man-made theological system. For those Reformed brothers and sisters who still wish to continue in this form of teaching, we do love you and pray for you and count you as fellow Christians. May the Lord bless each of us as we search the Scriptures to see if what we believe is true.